Hello students, in this class we are going to discuss about the topic for loop in JavaScript. So first of all, once again recall that in the previous class we discussed about the bitwise and ternary operator. So what is bitwise operator? It is contains XOR, OR and then left shift, right shift operator in it using the binary numbers to indicate that. So then what is ternary operators? Ternary operators is similar to if-else condition. So that in this class we are going to see the topic is for loop and for in loop. So for loop and for in loop. So previously I said that we discussed in chapter 2 was for loop, for in loop, for of loop and for in each loop also. But if I explain that all in the same chapter, you don't understand it properly and it may to create a confusion. So that's the reason in this chapter 2 I am only going to explain about the topic for loop and for in loop. So in the chapter 3 we are going to see for of and for each loop. So first of all we are going to start with for loop. So for loop, it is nothing but it is a control flow statement that a block of code can be repeatedly executed until the specified condition is true. So that here the basic syntax for loop is in this. So that is for initialization, then condition, then iteration. So let me explain this syntax first. First of all, for is by condition, then initialization. Initialization, it is for to execute only once the beginner of the loop it's executed, and it typically is to initialize the counter variable. So what is counter variable? Counter variables is an increment and decrement operations are performed in it. So that next one is condition. So this condition is evaluated before each iteration. So if the condition is true, the code inside the loop is executed. Okay. Then the third one is iteration. So iteration is nothing but it is executed at the end of each iteration. So it also declares the counter variable, that is increment and decrement. So here I provide a simple example by using this for loop concept. So now I open my script.js file. So first of all I assume a value, let I is equal to 0. That means I value is 0, and then I start to write a for loop. So what is the syntax of the for loop? For, then initialization. Initialization means I assume the variable above that, so let I is equal to 0. That means the integer value is stored with 0. Then condition. What is my condition is I is smaller than 10. So that means the I is stored with the value 0 and that value is below to 10. This is my condition. So now next one is iteration. That means increment and decrement states. So that is counter variable. So now I should be an incremented. So I open a curly braces. Inside that the code can be executed. So console log I. So now I run this program. So you can see 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. This output is verified. That means if you count that numbers that are 10, that is okay. I input that I is start from 0, so the output is starts from 0 and the value is below to 9. So sorry, below to 10, so that the output will be end at 9. So this is a simple for loop condition. So you have a doubt, what is the use of this for loop? So using this for loop condition, you can perform a multi task at a time. So when you need to perform your task as a specified number of time, so that a for loop is a good choice to do that. So next, and it also creating to a number of sequence in this for loop. So you also have a doubt, this is the same similar process that are used in the while loop, but the while loop and for loop that repeatedly block of code until the condition is true, but it has a different syntax to represent that. So once again recall that, what is the while loop syntax? So while, then condition. This is our for loop. This is our this is our while loop condition. So this is our for loop condition. So don't confuse that while loop and for loop or same or something else. So now one is for in loop. For in loop, it is nothing but it is used to iterate over the properties of an object. So here the basic syntax is below that. That is, first of all for, then variable in object. So this variable represents the current property name in each iteration. Then the object represents whose properties are being iterated over. So here I provide a small example. So I open my script.js file. Now let I assume the person is equal to name is Sam, then his age is 25, and then city is Chennai. So did you remember that name colon value, that is a key pair value structure. So I create the object name as person. Inside that I insert 3 properties with the name, age and city. So okay, now I start to write the for in loop condition. So for, then let key variable, so I name the variable as key in, then person. In person. Now open the curly braces. What should be can be plus person key. So okay, now I'm gonna be execute that. So that is some error will be erased because the name will not shown here. So sorry, I give it in the quotation. So now execute this code. See, name Sam, age 25, city Chennai. This output will be shown. So this is a for loop concept, foreign loop concept. So that's all, students. This is a for loop and foreign loop. So in our next class we are going to discuss about the topic for of and for each loop.
To obtain a course completion certificate, visit our site and finish the rest of the course video. Sign up or sign in, choose your level, watch the video and take the quiz. Finish all the quiz to unlock the final quiz and get your certificate. Happy learning!